And as you can see, we're going to go over Dark Hollow today. It's an acoustic one, pretty fun. The solos you were hearing were Bob taking those first two solos, and after that Jerry takes his solos. We'll go through that too, what to do when Jerry's soloing. But yeah, so I just wanted to go through this lick. Bob does right there. So it starts out, you got to put your clip on the second, playing an A, but the chord you're doing is G. G with the B string. I do mine like this. It's kind of weird. I do it backwards. It's supposed to be like this, with your ring finger on the B and your pinky on the E. I do it backwards just because that's what it naturally goes to for me, so don't mind me. Just G. Strum the top and then strum the bottom. Start with that on the, so I'm gonna be saying, I guess I should say the 4th fret still, even though I have the clip on the 2nd. So on the 4th fret, 2 up from your clip, you're gonna do that little 0 2 0 in the G with your index, not that one, but this lick comes later, but it's the same little, to start that little slide up. So 0 2 0, slide up from the 3 to the 5 on the A string. Skip the G string or skip the D string, because that's just harmony. These two are supposed to ring out together. Slide that down too. Back to G. That's when that other lick comes in. How you going? I'm gonna go on the ending, so you go. I'm just gonna play it slow. So that's the first segment. Just do that over and over again. Okay, this one is because you're going to D. The second one is, instead of sliding down like that, first one, you're gonna go C. You're gonna do the top of C, and the lick is boom, 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 boom. So. So it's kind of the same fashion, just in the C chord you do. So let's do the whole segment together. Let's do it with them. So that's what I taught you right there, that part. That's a little, he flies right through it. I'm just trying to slow it down so you can see what he's doing. But when you're getting it, it's kind of like a... So for the next segment, you do the same thing you do in the beginning, but you don't throw in the right before it. You just go right into that right there. So after the C, so slide up into that. Hit that once, slide, same thing you're doing in the first part, and then only hit that once before you go into the same C lick. Instead of going, you're gonna go hit that G string underneath it. Just emphasize the C, just a little bit different than you did the first time. Almost the same, but just putting in that, and then you go back to. So you go after the G. One more. G, back to, so then you go back to the G chord. Sorry, drop my pick. Go back to the G chord, and then lick on the A to the D. Same thing you were doing. Into that part, just don't do the, just go into the D. Now really it's A, E, and D. I'm just saying G, C, and D because that's what I'm doing with my hands, the shapes. So let's go through that first part one more time. With that G, you're gonna do that almost every single time you're not singing. I'd rather be in some dark hollow. Throwing it right there. Sun don't ever shine. Again, that's your lick you're throwing in. But yeah, that's basically Bob repeats himself in the second part by doing that solo again. So we're gonna go through the verses. G, D, G. Dropping my pick. So G, D, G, in some dark hollow. G, C, G, where the sun don't ever shine. G, G7, that little bam, bam. You can either go, or whichever one you want, the D shape, G7, or the regular, whichever one. It's just throw in the G7 right there. And to be home alone, knowing that you're gone, cause me to lose my mind. So after the G7 is C. Back to G, D, G. And that's the whole song. G, D, G. Now C. That's the whole song right there. Then they just repeat themselves doing that segment. So that's what you're doing when you're singing. Just throwing that lick at the end of each phrase. When the sun don't ever shine, and to be home alone, knowing that you're gone, would cause me to lose my mind. So from there, yeah. Your whistle freight train, take me far on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. Same solo as the first one. So that's the only difference right there, is the C. Instead of just going like on the first one, hitting the G string, he goes. There's this little box from the 3 on the D string, or I guess from the 5th fret, but it's because I had the clip on, I'm calling it 3. So from the 3, starting from the clip, D string and B string, slide up to the 5th, go back to the 3rd, and then you land in C. Then continue the same licks that you did before, but that's the only difference of the solo. So I'm going to start from the beginning of the second solo. So from there on out it's the same, but when Jerry's soloing you want to kind of just stick to what you're doing when you're singing. Kind of throw in some hints, but let Jerry kind of do the soloing. So yeah, from there on out it's the same little stuff, but I hope that helps, and a short little lesson, but I just wanted to teach that solo. Hope that helps, guys. More to come.